and you choose the wrong girl, guess what again?
Money.
You pay. I know I always say Americans are complicated, but when it comes to wedding, South Africans,
they got American beat. And the other beat, that's
you're complicated. What's wrong with me? You're looking at something.
Nothing, baby. Go ahead.
You know when your husband is checking you out, you're like, okay, maybe something is wrong.
That's a lot. Wow. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with the one and only, my lovely wife, Lady Siza. She is in the building. Yes, happy Sunday Funday.
Welcome to Sunday Funday.
Welcome, yes.
You always like to say happy, but I guess, we're happy. Happy people.
Well,
yes.
Yes. All
right, so what are we here for, baby? The Sunday Funday, what are we sharing with our people? Should I just start with the song?
Yes.
Ganga ubano benga hisengan lengane ubano hisengan lengane bo ubano benga sha deman. And then usually you will hear the li 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 li, which means it's praise, be excited. So it goes just shows how excited we are. Everybody's happy, and there's a celebration that's happening. So every time there's a celebration, you'll hear that li 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 li. All right. So now we, of course, as you figured out, we are going to be talking about marriage. Well, the process to getting married. And between, of course, the both countries, which is America and South Africa. All right. So just a disclaimer. I'll be talking about the Zulu culture, because I am Zulu. I cannot speak for all the Zulus, and I cannot speak for all the cultures because I don't know what happens in the other cultures. If you know South Africa, we are called the Rainbow Nation, which means we have a lot of cultures. Because we have 11 official languages, I'm believing there's 11 cultures, but in the African side, there's probably 9, 10, I don't know. But there's a lot of cultures, so I can't speak for them. And of course, because we've got Indians, we've got Asians, everybody has their own sort of way they do their wedding. So I'm speaking for the Zulus, all right? Because I am not officially, I am a Zulu girl or a Zulu woman. Now, the song that you just heard me intro, just briefly, it's just a song that is sung on a wedding day, by, during the processions of the wedding, as an excitement of welcoming the bride into the groom's family. And it's basically saying, oh, what a young bride, who can marry at this young age? I don't care how old you are, you're still a young bride. When you're getting married, no matter how old, you're still regarded as young, okay? So don't be spicy with the older brides, they're still young. Now, let's get this going. Now, like I said to you guys, the process is very lengthy for the Zulus.
Yes, very
so lengthy. You're going to bear with me, but the whole point of this podcast is also to educate so that you understand what happens. And so here are the steps.
Ready? Are you ready?
Ready or not?
Here I come. You can't hide.
We're not there. Okay, now. So the first thing is the man will ask the hand in marriage by writing a letter to the bride's family.
Yes.
All right. So what is the letter saying? They're just asking for, the groom will ask for the bride's hand in marriage. Okay. So once they've done that, when they've written the letter and the family has received it, then they will then set a date for umbondo, which is pre-lobola. So they've agreed that you married their daughter. Now they're going to send in a date to say, okay, you can come in this date. It's not about you, the groom. It's about the bride's family. Whatever they say goes. All right. So once that date is out, it's now your responsibility, because before you write the letter, you must have your ducks in the row. Be ready with some cash, a lot of cash in your pocket. Because when you're marrying a Zulu girl, child, it's expensive.
Yes, yes.
Right. So once you got the date for the umbondo or the pre-lobola, Before you pay the lobola, it's called umcelo. Like, umcelo is like, we're going to ask for permission officially now. We're going to go meet the bride's family officially. But guess what? You don't go as the groom. You stay in the car, you show them the way, and you stay in the car, and you take a delegation of your uncles to the bride's family. It can be 2, 3, whatever. Some people come with 7, uncles, but it's mainly to about 2 or 3 who will go and negotiate on your behalf.
On my behalf, yes.
Yeah. You tell them how much you have, what's your budget. You give them the money, because now it's no longer actual cows. Some families actually still do the actual cows, like the real live cows, when they live in like a rural area, countryside, so where they can able to store the cows. Because, you can't take a cow to the city, you know what I mean? So the cows have now been exchanged for actual cash. So they're carrying like loads of money. When there's a delegation of men going to a bride's family, know that they're carrying stash. They're carrying loads of money. So they go there. You never go to the bride's family empty-handed. That will be taken as an insult, and you'll be kicked out like a dog.
Kicked out like a dog?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're respecting their family. And when the uncles come, they wait at the gate. They don't just enter the household. They wait at the gate and they say clan names. So Okamdluli, Oseli, whatever, all the clan names that they know. If they don't know them, they have to learn them. Until the groom, the bride's family allows the uncles to come in. So they'll go and meet them at the gates and say, what are you here about? Even though they gave them the date. Who are you? Why are you here?
They're playing hard to get.
Let me tell you, Zulus, you haven't had anything.
They're playing hard to get.
Who are you? What are you here for? Oh, we're here in good spirits. We saw a rose in your garden. That's how they put it. We saw a rose in your garden, and we'd like to pick it out. And so we're here to negotiate, lobola. And then the bride's family. They have a right not to say anything after they've said that. So these guys are still standing outside of the gate. And they have a right not to respond, the bride's family. Because there's something called ingaqamazinyo. Ngaqamazinyo means you gotta open my mouth.
Okay.
With
money.
I'm not sure, don't quote me. But of course with money, everything money talks here.
Money talk.
Yeah, so they can give like 100 rands, 200 rands, about $10, $20 to
open the mouth.
To open the mouth. Then the bride's family will respond and say, oh, okay, you're welcome.
They gotta see green.
Yeah, they gotta see some
the
green.
Mula.
So when they come in the gates now, it doesn't mean they can come in the house. Because remember, South African houses are fenced.
Yes.
So the first ngakamlomo is them coming in the
gate.
yard. So once they're in the yard, there'll be a child sitting in a tree.
Okay.
And it's called a diliga ehlahleni.
Okay.
You cannot enter the house until the child diligas ehlahleni, comes down from the tree. The child comes down from the tree.
And want money.
Pay more money. So once the child is down the tree, then you enter the house. Okay. When you've entered the house, this is you're still outside, by the way.
Yes.
When they enter, they're not allowed to come in dressed anyhow. They have to wear jackets to show that they respect this household and they here in due respect.
Yes.
Then they sit down. They're carrying maybe some hard liquor as a sign to soften the bride's father and uncles. Because if you're not carrying hard liquor or anything to soften their hearts, they can really charge you high.
Okay, what about if they're Christian?
If they're Christian, I don't know what happens, but there will be an uncle that drinks. There's always that uncle that drinks, so they're gonna bring that liquor. Maybe they bring drinks as well. I don't know what happens in a Christian family.
Yeah, but we don't.
But the tradition says. Yeah, we don't. But the tradition says hard liquor.
Okay.
You know. That's what makes them smile. The uncles.
Tradition is made to be broken, though. Right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just explaining tradition.
Okay, yes.
Traditionally, although we didn't follow this exactly to the T, but I'm just saying how it goes, the steps,
Okay.
the actual steps. And then, so now you're inside, imagine this, you're inside, you're sitting in, and then they bring the girls, every young girl in the house who's unmarried, then they sit them down.
Okay.
And then you uncles have to pick which is your bride.
Okay, they have
Which
to
one
pick.
you hear about, yeah. So
Okay.
if the groom did not show you a picture of the bride and you choose the wrong girl, guess what again?
Money.
You pay. It's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
So you gotta choose which one. Luckily for Zulus, they don't cover the bride, the girls.
Okay.
In other cultures, all the girls come covered, and you guys have to choose from the covered girls which one is yours.
That could be hard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
harder.
that's
So
hard.
Zulus make it easy. We just say, we sit the girls down, beautiful girls, the maidens. Then you say, pick your bride. And if you picked right, then good, we happy. If you pick wrong, you pay a penalty.
Yeah.
Then your bride, once you've chosen, she's smart, she's happy, she saw you guys are here, then they all leave. No women are allowed during the negotiation process. But you know, in modern tradition, sometimes the mother of the bride will come in, especially if the father is no longer alive. Okay, because this is her daughter. Who will negotiate without her, you know?
Okay.
So the uncles maybe and the mother, they negotiate, but in proper tradition, no women are allowed. It's only your
Men.
uncles and the girl's uncles, okay, and father.
And father.
Yeah. Now, so that's the then. So now the negotiation is going on. Some families, the bride's families, they will show you, you coming to marry our daughter. If she's a virgin, you pay more. If she has no children, you pay more. If she's highly educated, you pay more. If she's been a breadwinner in this family, you pay more. You know, like if she's an asset to the family, you pay. Like the
You have
price
a
goes
high list.
higher.
They go higher and higher. The more credentials, the more higher up.
That's why I'm expensive.
Yes.
Now, so from there, that it's negotiated. Of course, they don't know how much this family is gonna charge. So they might not have all the cows or the lobola at hand. So they pay what they have. You never come to a man's house cashless. You leave, maybe say for example, the whole lobola costed 100,000, not $100,000, maybe it's 100,000 rands, which is about $10,000. So now the next step is that they bring in, maybe they brought 30,000 or 50,000, they leave that whole amount behind. Okay, so they leave that amount behind, and then the family, once they've negotiated, they have agreed on the price, because they no longer bring live cows, they now bring money, then everybody's happy. And then there'll be the kikizaring with the, you know, what's the English word for it? The excitement thingy. Shows that everybody's agreed, and then the bride's family will serve the uncles a meal, just to thank you for coming and giving us stashes of money, because they lie down on the floor on the carpet or on itansi, which is a grass mat. That's where the money will be paid, and they start counting the hardcore cash. Okay. Now after that, it's exciting, right?
Yeah.
After that, then the the bride's family will now live with a list. The groom family will live with a list for what is called umembeso. So this is now the gifts that will come to the bride's home before they get married. Okay, so this list can have 60 people, 100 people. It really depends on how big that family is, because the groom has to give gifts to the bride's family, anybody that they count. So I know you were shocked when you saw our list, because my mom has about 10 mothers.
Yes.
On the list. She has about how many grandmothers?
8
grandmothers. And we're giving to my brothers, my sisters, even though they are not like blood, some of them, as long as they were born out of wedlock and I grew up with them, they get something. Oh my God, like the list is long, and then you have to buy for the bride of the mother, like lots of stuff, pots, pans, stoves, groceries, and then you buy for your bride from head to toe, something to wear, you pay for expensive clothes or shoes, you have to dress her from head to toe. Now that's the umembe. So then it happens. And then, so what happens is the bride's family will pay for the whole ceremony of the umembe, so the decoration, the food, and everything. Because remember, they got the lobola money. So this lobola money is being used as well to have these different ceremonies, okay? Because otherwise, where will the money come from?
Okay.
But it's taken care of by the bride's family. All right. Now, once they've gotten the list of the members, so they've done the umembeso, which is something that we will do before the end of this year. How excited are you about that?
Yes, very excited.
How is the buying going? The buying process of all these these mothers, these uncles don't get it. It's the brothers, the sisters, the grandmothers, and the mothers.
Yeah, going pretty well.
It's going pretty well.
Yes, thank God for the list.
Did my family ask for too much? They were
pretty lean. Yeah, it was okay. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Now, when they bring the members, so by the way, they have to bring the remainder of the lobola.
Okay.
But then because we are Zulu, we are very expensive and it's worth it, right?
Yes, very worth it.
We're good wives.
Yes, good wives.
So because...
Thank God for Gogo.
Thank God for Gogo. She taught this woman very well.
Very well. Woo, I thank you. Everything. I thank Gogo every day.
Yeah, man. So once they... So because of our prices so high, they say, which means you can never finish paying your wife off. You know, unless you can afford it, because we can be so expensive. All right. So then the bride takes, and so when they come, after the member so is done, the lobola is paid for. This is even before the wedding date is set. Then the bride family will take lots of groceries. When I say lots, I mean lots. Like rice is this big, this much. I don't know who it goes to. I don't know if they split it among each other. Everything, it comes in stacks, in piles. Like it's like you're buying for a grocery store.
A village.
A grocery store. And then this is just to say thank you to the groom's family for coming in to bring the lobola. Okay. This is called izibizo. So when you came in your car, or you came in your car and there was
a
trail of tires. So now you can't leave the trail of tires visible. So
it has to be covered.
Yeah, okay. So when it's been covered, it's called izibizo. Now we have to take groceries, lots of groceries.
Okay.
From that money you left as lobola again to your family, we're buying them groceries.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that is now they've set the actual wedding date. Whew. I know. I always say Americans are complicated, but when it comes to wedding. South Africans?
They got American beat. And the other beat. That's
You're complicated. Well, the Zulus, I don't know about other cultures. But anyways, so the wedding date happens.
Wow.
And it can, now when the wedding happens, it can be a white wedding, it can be a traditional wedding, and it can be both. So white wedding meaning you go to church in a white gown, you sign in front of the pastor, you say your vows, etc. That's white. Some Zulu families, what they do, they have the white wedding and then they have the traditional wedding afterwards or the next day. So when the traditional wedding happens in modern times, it's now umabo, where now we go to the groom side of the family. I'll come to that later. But before, in some Zulus, they don't even go to the church to sign. They just have umshado, or a wedding, which is called esgawini, which means it's at home, the husband's side, and you're just going to do it the traditional way. The chief is going to come in and announce you married. So there's no signing. You're officially married in that way. All right. So that's the traditional part. Some people combine the two. All right. Now what happens to, I'll stop right there because I know it's a bit, some of you guys are lost already. What happens to the American side? How does it start? How do the steps go?
Yeah, it's not that complicated.
Thank God, right? One thing that they're not complicated in.
We're not that complicated. That's a lot. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You get a headache thinking about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know, we just start with the get engaged, and you know, the man propose and get on one knee, and some men is creative, you know, and you might go to whatever, the ball game, or you might do the dinner, or what, you know, it depends.
How did you do mine?
We went to Central Park. I mean, not Central Park. We went to the tree in New York City, and I
Just
dropped
a nice
the one.
proposal, although could have
Yeah.
done better. But
I dropped the one knee. So that's it. You know, we get proposed. The man decide when if they're gonna marry the woman or not. You know, that's the person they want to marry, and then we just propose.
Yeah.
And then you start preparing for the wedding. You know, and just prepare for the wedding. Just getting the venues together.
the logistics.
Yeah, the logistics of the wedding.
So who does the preparing?
Normally it's the female, but now, you know, both is involved, because nowadays the man want to be involved with the wedding, because they feel like, you know what, it's my wedding too. So nowadays.
So who pays?
Traditionally, the women, the bride family pays. Now, the bride and the groom pay, and the family don't pay. Now it's just the bride and groom coming together.
But if the family can afford,
yes, if the family can afford, then it's the bride family. If the
bride's father.
No, yeah, the bride father. Yeah, the bride father. Yeah, so yeah.
And then after they've prepared, what happens next?
While they preparing, then they go to City Hall, and they that's when they file for the marriage license. You can't file for the marriage license within 6 months. Some people do it. I don't know why. But,
so explain the marriage
within
license. What is a marriage license compared to what you sign on the date? Because we sign for a marriage license on the actual wedding day with the pastor.
Well, it's just going to City Hall, filling out the application.
So you apply to get married?
Yes, you apply to get married with 2 witnesses.
They are still complicated.
Yeah, with 2 witnesses, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, yeah, and normally it's 72 hours before the wedding date. You know, you apply, but some people you can't do it 6 months, but you know you're not married. You know, even though you're going for the application, that's why people try to do it, you know, just to say they have the application in hand, but you're still not married until you have the ceremony. You have to have the ceremony to make it official. And that's when you sign all the official documents to take it back
but
to
I still
City Hall.
don't understand the logic behind the application, to be honest. I really don't. Going to City Hall, because you're not even dressed up. You just go to City Hall.
Yeah, just go to
sign.
City. Yeah, just to sign. You go to City Hall just to sign.
And you tell them when you're gonna get married.
When you're gonna get married and where.
And
where you're gonna get married.
And they spying on you.
Yeah, where you're gonna get married, where the ceremony gonna be conducted, and
you tell them the venue or just the
ceremony.
The venue?
Yeah, the ceremony. No, the ceremony.
The venue.
Yeah, the venue of the ceremony, not the. Yeah, so just the venue of the ceremony and what city.
Oh, by the way, there's a difference between the ceremony and the wedding reception, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the ceremony is just the official part where the pastor is helping you do the
wedding,
vows.
the officiating.
The officiating. And then the reception is when now the celebration after the wedding.
After the wedding. So yeah, that's City Hall, and you know, so.
So before the actual wedding, what happens next?
Then before the official wedding, and then you have like a dinner with the family, with the immediate family, with both immediate family, the mother, father,
who's hosting
the
that
sisters,
dinner?
The bride and groom. The bride and groom is hosting.
Oh, the bride and groom, not the bride. The bride and groom.
The bride and groom is hosting. Yeah.
All right.
Bride and groom
They take them out.
Yeah, they take them out, or it could be in the house. It could be they invite them to their house.
Just to get to know the families, get to know each other.
Yeah,
so you see, with us, the families get to know each other through these things, that the exchanges that are happening.
Yes.
That's how you get to meet each other.
Yeah. So it's at the dinner party.
So some families would be meeting for the first time at the dinner party.
Some families, and you know, especially like the brothers and sisters, and maybe the aunts and the uncles. It depends on what you want to invite, but normally the immediate family.
Right.
Brother, sister, mother, father. You know.
What about your bridal party?
No.
You don't bring them.
It's just the family.
Just the family.
It's just the family.
And then what happens after that? After the dinner?
What happened? Then you know, and then it's the bachelor party. And then bridal party. That's right, like the day before, because that's your last day.
So
of being
the
single.
dinner party, when does it happen?
It could be a week before, within a week of the wedding. Within a week of the wedding.
And then the bachelor is hosted by?
The bachelor is hosted by the best man.
Okay.
And bridal party is hosted by the matriarch of honor.
Yeah. And that's the night before the
That's
wedding.
the night before the wedding, because that's the last day of them being single.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's the actual wedding.
Then the actual wedding.
So take us through the actual wedding. What happens?
Well,
so it's a ceremony where you go to the church, or some people have it at the actual venue.
Yes.
Where they have like a garden wedding.
Yeah, so the priest just goes, you walk down the aisle. Yeah. Then the matriarch honors walk down the aisle. Yeah. Then your flower girl.
We have that's the same thing. I'm just asking. Like the procedure. So you have the wedding.
It's the same thing as
you have the wedding, and then you just
wedding.
have the reception.
The white wedding, yes, it's the white.
The reception is like now the celebration.
Yes, the celebration. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's similar with us as well. The when you're doing the white wedding.
Yeah, the white wedding.
But traditional is a total different game because you're even dressed in traditional gear and stuff. We'll explain it another day because it's kind of complicated.
Yes.
So you're done with your wedding.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. For us, you're not even done.
Yeah, I know. Y'all got a lot.
Right. So after the wedding, the actual wedding, depending which one you go with, then the bride will take gifts now back to the groom's family. It's called umabo. It's what we had at our wedding, where I was gifting them with blankets and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that happens. So we started with what's supposed to be actually the last step. Okay, because of the cross cultures, different cultures, but we gave his family umabo on actually at our reception. Now, so this is not done in the modern times, but I'm just going to include it because some really traditional families are still doing it, where after the umabo, so the exchange of gifts from the bride family to the groom family, the bride will now go to and stay with her in-laws for 3 months. Mm-hmm. Why is she staying there? For the in-laws to check her out and see if she's worth being a bride. I don't know how, because already she's married. Then she does something called ukotiza, which means you just have to do all the house chores. You become a modern slave, basically.
Or a maid.
A maid, And some families are really, really bad. They stop everything. They make their kids and daughters stop everything, and everything has to fall on this girl's lap. Yeah. Which is, I call it abuse.
Abuse, yeah.
Anyways, so once that happens, what's wrong with me? You're looking at something.
Nothing, baby. Go ahead.
So once that happens, when your husband is checking you out, you're like, okay, maybe something is wrong. So once that happens, then the bride stays. Okay, so I've said the bride stays with the in-laws. And then when she goes home, then she has to go home to her family after 3 months. So they're going to go cut her hair now.
Huh?
Yeah, to be bald or to be your size.
Okay.
It's called upuka.
Okay.
I don't know what's the please write in the comment section if you know the meaning behind upuka. Like I said, it was done back then. I don't think it's done now. Many families don't do it anymore. And then what happens after 3 months, then she now goes to her husband's house. They can go to their own home, or they can still continue to stay with the in-laws if they haven't bought a house together yet. And then when she returns now to the husband's house, she goes back with groceries again, but this time a smaller amount of groceries, because she can't come to her husband's household empty-handed. And then after that, she's officially married. Okay. So that comes to the conclusion of marrying a Zulu woman.
That's a lot. Wow.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed
that. You see what I had to go through?
Well, for you, we kind of.
I know, we kind of, yeah.
Because the letter was sent through email.
Yes.
Email, and the mcelo was sent through EFT. Transferred. It was wired. So, but we are going towards the end of the year to South Africa to actually do our UMEMBESO, which we're excited about.
Yes, very excited.
Will get to learn a bit of the African culture. And then he'll go and finish up his lobola.
Yes.
And we're not sure who the delegation of uncles would be yet. We're working on
We're working on it.
And for me,
I have 2 people in mind right now.
For us to do this, it's just actually for Lena to understand the culture, and also just to give my mom that experience of going through that procedure, because I'm her only daughter. So anyways, we've come to the end. We don't want to make this a video longer than it has already been. Lastly, we just want to ask you guys to please subscribe to our channel. I think we keep giving you good information. So, it's worth pressing that subscribe button.
And the notification bell.
It's free, guys. We really appreciate everybody else that has already done it.
Comments.
Please do leave your comments as well. They mean a lot. We respond to each and every one of them. And we love reading them. They're so exciting. But then personally, how you can follow us is you can follow us on all channels at Chilling with the Chaplin, all platforms, social media platforms. And you can follow me personally at LadySiza1 on Instagram, and you can follow Leonard
at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, and Get Inspired by LJ on YouTube, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And you can listen to the audio version on the different platform. We are on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. And hit the plus sign button on the different. Some of them have the follow button, but as well as someone have a plus sign to follow us. So we appreciate you follow us and give us a 5-star rating. 5-star rating, as well as leave a review. It does help us to grow the podcast and to reach more people. So we appreciate that a whole lot.
And share. Why not just share this video? Make other people see and learn about the African culture versus the American culture, because we will be doing a lot of those videos as well. So we love you guys. Have yourself a blessed day, and enjoy Valentine's. I hope you enjoyed Valentine's, we should rather say, because we enjoyed ours. We are at a retreat, marriage retreat, and we having a lot of fun. So thank you guys. God bless you, and have yourself a good one.
See you next week.
Siyabonga. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.